On today's episode of the Profit First for Tradies podcast, we are going to talk about the end of the financial year. It is the beginning of June. We have this month until we wrap up the financial year here in Australia. And what I hear all the time is, I'll start that next financial year. I'll start that when we get through this financial year. I'll get to that when this financial year ends. And it's so common to hear that reason or excuse at this time of the year. And what I want to come back and remind you is that nothing miraculously changes come 1st of July. So, as I said, I hear those things so often, so you are not alone, absolutely not. But what I also hear and what you also tell me is that you wished that you felt like the new financial year was going to be better and like it could actually better. That you feel like the financial year isn't a drag and starting in financial year doesn't feel like you've wasted 6 months of the calendar year. And what you'd really love is not be in this same situation that you are now in the next financial year. So what I want to cover off today is just 3 quick tips for you to have a think about. So firstly, as I touched on, nothing miraculously changes come 1st of July. Nothing is automatically going to be much better. The work isn't going to just start flowing in the door. Your bookkeeping isn't going to be miraculously better. Your cash flow doesn't just happen to improve come 1st of July. Nothing miraculously happens when we switch over that date. So keep that one in mind. If we don't make a change, nothing is going to change. Number 2, the current year, if it's not a great financial year or it's been quite stressful or cash flow has been a struggle, even if you've had plenty of work on, then many of us just want to like close that door, close that chapter and start afresh in the new financial year. But again, unless we do something different to how we've done it or are doing it now, we're going to get the same result. So there's a bit of a theme happening here with these points. So the third point is that I really want you to have a think about, what are you going to do differently? Wishing, hoping, waiting is not the solution. So I want you to have a think about, what can you do now to finish off the financial year strong and start the new financial year on the right foot. And I want to give you some suggestions, and you can take as many of these or as few of these if you so choose. So firstly, decide. You have to make the decision that it's going to be something different and that you're going to prioritize taking time for your financials. So that's the first thing I need you to do. The second thing I need you to do is then have a think about, where are the biggest financial headaches in your business? So is it cash flow? Is it a result of clients not paying you on time? Have you not looked at your expenses for quite some time? You actually have no idea how much money is going out the door. Is it a team issue? Do you have too many team members? Are they really inefficient? Do you not even know how much they're actually costing you? Like, there is a whole long list of issues that could be happening for you. Again, I want you to just take 5 minutes and think about your top 3. The easiest way to do this is, what pisses you off the most? Is how I usually use as a guide. Like, what makes you angry when it happens in the business, and write those 3 things down. And they are going to be the 3 things that you focus on to start getting help with. Now, for many of you, then the next step, once I say that, is that's great, but I don't know who can help us. Really, really easy here. If it is anything to do with your bookkeeping and Xero, go to your bookkeeper. If it is anything to do with your tax and your end of financial year tax, reach out to your accountant. If you're working with a business coach at the moment, then you might want to reach out to them. That is the starting point. If you don't feel like you can reach out to your accountant or your bookkeeper, then send me an email, support@profitfirstfortradies.com.au. Give me a bit of a rundown of what's going on, and I can help point you in the right direction. Often what it is that you're just not quite sure what to ask the bookkeeper or how to ask the accountant something, and I can certainly help you with that and get you on the right track. If, of course, you want to have a chat with me and see what I can do to help with any of this, happy to do so. And there'll be a link below here where you can book in a time, 15-minute free chat. And again, I'll give you some action items to come out of that chat, and some steps that you can do by yourself. And then also some options if we are a good fit and there's something I can help you with, I will let you know that. But you will also have other options as well, of working with existing bookkeepers, accountants, and so on within your team. So again, if you're thinking, oh, I just want this financial year to end, then maybe we need to have a think about what is bothering us the most. What are those top 3 things that are bothering us the most? Jot them down, 5 minutes max. Don't overthink it. Then have a look who can help you with those things. If it's me, great. Support at Profit First for Tradies. Link below, book in a chat. If it's your accountant, your bookkeeper, then please reach out to them and say, hey, this thing is causing me stress. What will you do to help me?